Welcome to the Real Double Dose Channel broadcast station, focused on the real reels of real life, love, growth, and of course, elevation within all levels. RDDC is exactly the place where anyone can discover more depth, love, light, and clarity within themselves, and elevate from other people's walks of life, conversations, and questions, along with deeper insights. So tune in and be a part of the Double Doses with Lexus T and RDDC.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Real Double Dose channel. This is your host, Lex, coming to you straight from the heart, where the talk is real and the vibe is live, like I've been saying and love to say. For any show requests, feedback, or anything under the sun, as always, reach out to us at Real Double Dose channel at yandex.com. That's YANDEX.com. And as well as realdoubledosechannel.com. That's www.realdoubledosechannel.com. You can check out wonderful signups, awesomeness, the manifestos, and so much more. But our wonderful signature program that is a part of us and just a journey itself, not really programming anything, just the functionality of it, is www.spiritandmindelevation.com. That's spirit, A-N-D, mind, M-I-N-D, elevation.com. I'm just saying. Had to put that out there. And for all of you wonderful, amazing, extraordinary beings that are here, have been here on the journey here, we see you and we love you from all the places we see, from here in the States to Canada to Cali to Colorado to Washington, from Texas to Georgia to Florida to the Midwest. We Illinois, we shout out to Detroit, everything, Minnesota. Yes, Minnesota. Rochester, Minnesota, and I think I know some beautiful people. That's you, Leo. Okay, I'm just saying, but there's a lot of things going on here. Germany, Frankfurt, Germany, different ones going on, from Russia to Ukraine to China. I just want to give it out there. I mean, there's a lot of them I want to start writing down. I told Tony and different ones, I want to start getting a list to be able to read that and kind of give appreciation. But we love you from all over, from your downloads to your listens to your plays. We hear you, baby, all day, and we send you our absolute love and decadence back. And I'm just saying, it's going to be fun when we get to these beautiful, spiritual, completely open, beyond retreats. We'll just call it that since people are more familiar with that. And you're going to love that. So don't forget to sign up. If you don't have a space to sign up with that, just inquire at Real Double Dose channel at yandex.com, and we'll definitely make sure to save you a wonderful little cocoon that you can zen into. So from TuneIn, Stitcher Radio, iHeart, we got Spreaker.com, SoundCloud, so much more, Deezer, Google Cast, down the list. All of them will be linked to the blog, and as well as our SoundCloud page, and as well as you can find all over the board. So don't forget about that, and we just wanted to give you a little extra love. Hashtag thank you for just being you and a part of the journey. So this is going to be a little segment here because, as you know, and I don't know if we announced it already on the other blog, but we are going over, and I'm not saying we're leaving here, so don't get it twisted. We are merging over to blend in with, launching. If it hasn't been by the time you hear this, it'll be launching more so on the YouTube platform. And that, even if it's 4 or 5 other people that definitely need to hear it. I've been hearing this for a while where people are saying, oh, Lex, how come you haven't went to YouTube? How come? And I'm like, it's not even a video thing. I know there's people who have huge, presences without even showing their faces. It's not that at all. I've been showing my face on TikTok, actually. Check that out. Just saying. I have to leave the TikTok link if you want that too. You can check out some videos with me, your girl Lex, IG, different ones. I'm not a huge social media person. And it doesn't mean I don't want to be out there outreaching. I love a lot of the content that's put out there. It's just my mind is more of the creative being as far as getting the message out there too. And I just kind of take a long time, like kids playing with crayons on a photo for a long time before I get my connections to work. So we are expanding, and that's to those out there who may not know about us, who are on YouTube only, and maybe some people will say, well, they can come over to where we are. No, we can also merge over there. We'll meet you halfway. So even if it's 5 people, 2 people, 20,000 people, we want to be there for that. You already know being a part of our journey is not about solicitation. So it's about someone coming on and finding their elevation through it, regardless. And if they do decide to go to spiritandmindelevation.com and go grab something off of our platform, our catalog, that's amazing. It's a win-win, because what we have and what we accumulate will be going back into renourishing the soul and mind, and what they have will help elevate them to their soul and mind. So, hey, there you go. Bada bing, bada boom. It really is that simple. So let's get into this segment. shall we? Now, I'm not sure on how everything's been going for you, whether you're in the beginning of the year, the middle of the year, the ending of the year. You know, it all has a different meaning to where everybody is in their life, right? Somebody's happy new year is in June. Somebody's happy new year is in August. And you think about that for a moment. I mean, really, it's settling in. This is not pre-written here, you know? And I tell people that this is completely like the subject at heart might be from just the underlying basis of it. Just like you might say, I want casserole. You haven't yet got the ingredients for it, but you know the outline of what you want to do. It's free from the heart and the spirit, right? But yeah, someone's new year might not be on December 31st at midnight. It might just be going on to where it is. Piggybacking off of that, like we always do on different subjects, I want to go ahead and be able to have like the inspirational piece, because a lot of it comes from people don't know where the inspiration comes from within us from the things we do, whether it be grabbing a flower and just handing it to a random stranger, or that whole segment you heard about the 23 car line ad. I'm not sure if it's Starbucks, don't quote me, but it was, I think it was Starbucks. One of the people were posting about how they ended it and they felt good doing it because they didn't want to pay for someone else's order, which I think was pretty crummy. In its own way, but hey, who knows? They might not have enough money to pay it forward, you know? Even $5 would have been nice, but I guess karma, you know, will arrive eventually. Maybe it's them going and get a burger and no cheese on it. I don't know, but I don't wish it. It's just the way the universe works. But ultimately, I thought about that and I'm thinking, well, whoever started that and they continue to go on. Yeah, the first person of that 23 car lineup may have done something that was extraordinary to continue it on until that person decided to randomly end it. Obviously, they got theirs out of it. Just saying, no shade, but shade. And ultimately, I thought about that and I'm thinking, man, what was the inspiration behind that? See, a lot of people will say it's just the feeling in the heart, like, oh, well, they just did it to be kind. Yeah, but what was it? Was it to the fact that she made love in the morning and felt happy? Was it to the fact that her child was smiling? Or maybe she just wanted to, you know, wink at a stranger? Or maybe it was someone giving her a 50 cent off her gas tank. You don't know. There's always a spark. But this segment right here, it's going to be a little snippet of what could be, but it's just enough to give you the double doses of what we need sometimes to go on. Whether that's 40, 20, 10 minutes, we're here. That is hashtag soulful. And I was going to do hashtag stomach versus soul. And it's kind of, you know, in between the same. I'm trying to get a tagline to where you guys understand mostly where we're going to go with this subject. But soulful, you know. I was speaking to one of my good friends who happened to live down in the South, Mississippi and Louisiana. And I was speaking to him for several years now. And I was talking to him. He said, you know, I feel so full, Lex. I feel real good, you know, Chris. And I'm, you know, I think I've spoke about him before in the past. And I was saying, you feel full. Okay. He said, yeah, I feel full. But there's just some other things happening. Right now, my stomach's full and I just feel like I'm great, but everything else just feels so empty. So you know where I'm going to go with this, right? RDDC fam? I think we do. So let's go there, shall we? Honestly, what is meant to be said is more so to say, it isn't just the stomach that needs to be full and nourished to satisfaction. It's our souls that are hungry for the satisfaction within the nourishment it so anxiously desires to live amidst. Now that's Lexus T. So let's get that one more time right here. And this is what I wrote down in the note when we were on the phone with each other just a few days ago. This says right here, and actually no, several days ago. It isn't just the stomach that needs to be full and nourished to satisfaction. It is our souls that are hungry for the satisfaction within the nourishment it so anxiously desires to live amidst. Thank you. So if we break that down even more, it isn't just the soul that needs to be nourished and satisfied. It's our souls that are hungry for the satisfaction within the nourishment. See, when we have so many feelings, and I know, you know, the curves and the handles that I have, hashtag this handle, it feels good. I know different things happen with cortisol, stress, and my doctor had told me, hey, look, a lot of it has nothing to do with just eating random stuff, and a lot of it is just beige food, dead food, right? Let's just be clear. It tastes good, it's salty, sweet, it gets to your nourishment when you're nervous, but it's not really filling anything except your anxiety gap, right? That feeling of emptiness in some void or the problems on your mind. So it's okay in our minds. Okay, well, I'm snacking, I'm going through it, I'm doing it, but it's empty. The calories aren't empty, but the fulfillment is empty. So even if we were to sit there and change that bowl of chips and M&Ms, for example, whatever, to grapes and strawberries and tomatoes, yeah, we still be full, we still feel good, but we're still feeling empty. It has nothing to do with the food itself. You see what I mean? It has to do with the nourishment. And I like the way that's so elegantly put. And I'm moving around here because I'm trying to make sure I get the notes right to it. I don't like to, have any form or fashion here, which is raw. That's what it is. So breaking it down, if you want, I know a lot of you say you write these things down, but look at that. It isn't just the stomach that needs to be full and nourished to satisfaction. It is our souls that are hungry for the satisfaction within the nourishment it so anxiously desires to live amidst. The soul is hungry for the satisfaction within the nourishment. The nourishment is being able to be closer to the creator of all things that gives us the soul in which we have breath, that gives us the breath within the human flesh of what we call life, which gives us the life to live here on earth, which the creator created for us to have that breath within the human flesh to live the life upon earth, right? So a lot of us will say that, but I got this little snippet from, I think it's Steve Furtick or whatever. And sometimes I pass, but I don't really have the attention span most people think. If I do get it, it's because I'm having one of those slow chill days. But trust me, if I could make myself be 40 people and do different things, I would, so I could sit back. It's not hashtag Netflix and chill, but it probably would be one of those weeks in between. But I'm too hungry for what I do naturally that it wouldn't last. But I'm saying if I had 30 of me doing what I do naturally, then I could have that 31st person of me. Just saying. You know how it feels. Let's just get there. Let's get there a little bit, shall we? The shall we part, I guess, to a mannerism of speaking. His daughter has said something to him on the reference of, oh, Dad, I got the spoon, I got the bowl, I got the cereal. And that's a blessing for you in so many words, right? Because you could help me articulate what I'm trying to do. The only thing that's out of my reach is the milk. I need help getting the milk, Dad. Right? And for so many of us, we don't look at all those soulful things. Hashtag soulful. Is your soul full? Hashtag. Right? Because we're looking at it like, oh, we can't reach the milk. That's such a problem. It's horrible. The cereal's not going to have any value now. Yes, it could. It could be a snack. Oh, well, we don't have anything. We don't have any milk. Forget it. But you don't remember that you got the spoon and you got the bowl and you got the cereal. See, the thing is, the milk exists. It's just not in your reach. But the solution was right before you. Hey, here's the spoon. Here's the bowl. Here's the cereal. Whoever. I'm trying to get the milk. All I got to do is find a way to get it. Very many options, very little problems for these solutions. But if we remember, it isn't just the stomach that needs to be full and nourished to satisfaction. Fleshly wise, it is our souls that are hungry for the satisfaction within the nourishment it is so anxiously desiring to live amidst. The soul is always calling. Most of us say, well, what's the point? We're given this life so we can do what we want to do, Lex. Party hardy, drink Bacardi. Not saying you should. That was an old token I used to hear about a little over a decade ago, almost like 2 decades ago. And I'm like, oh, maybe it was just something fun they did. Okay. The whole point is like they still never had it. And when I look at those people now, yeah, they might have a couple kids, a couple houses, a couple things going on, rotating. Most of them, no. Most of them have went to a drug rehab program. Some are sitting there with 8, 9 different children from several different people, different things they're going through. And I'm not saying it doesn't come from just them not having a balanced diet. A lot of our problems do on different health issues, besides GMOs and chemtrails. I'm just saying. But the whole point is how much is it that we're getting our soul full? See, I want you to come to a conclusion with yourself like I have to every day. And remember that the soul needs to be full. It's not just the full of, hey, I want to go knitting or I want to go skiing. I want to do something pleasurable to give myself a break from the strains of the world. It's what the soul was created and is created to do. That is not, sitting there doing what we want to do on a relaxing day is not called giving the soul its nourishment. We can't. We can only lead the horse to the water, but the water can't be drank unless the soul is thirsty enough to drink it. I want that to hit home for all of us. This is a lesson for me just as well. I'm just the messenger. So at the same time, I look at that and I'm thinking to myself, the heroic mindset. I could do it on my own. I just need a day to relax. I just need to get away and walk around in a robe and feel like, Julius Caesar for a moment. Yeah, that might be okay for some things going on. And I'm not saying it can't get you there. That's why we're having the Nirvana retreat. But at the same time, it's what's happening within that retreating. You're retreating within the soul itself to the cell of what gives the soul its power. See, soul in Spanish, S-O-L, is sun. Soul, S-O-U-L, in the quote English mannerism, is the spirit, espíritu. right? It's just not solely my Colombian roots. It's the roots of what's understanding. If you think about it, the Son of God, the creation of all things, they are everything. So when your battery goes low, for example, you plug it in and you charge it. Okay, you understand that concept. When your car is getting low on gas, you stop at a gas station and you fill it up. When you're feeling hungry, you go get something to eat. When you're thirsty, you drink. See, all those things need to be fulfilled. So why in the cheese mannerism, I had to go there, cheese and apples, let's just say that, is it to the point where we don't think about that when it comes down to the spirit? Let me tell you why real quick while we wrap this up. Because so many of us are so distracted by the things that we believe are so up to par, whether it's in or not, or upgrade yourself, #mylife, that we are so bombarded with these things. And we can't say we're forced to do them because that's the only way our family will love us, because we know already the only thing we ever need to survive is the only creation that created us to begin with. The only thankfulness that we need to give is from what is. And people always want to say, oh, okay, I want to listen to sports. I want to do this. I want to do that. Well, just be thankful you have the option to do that. So while you're sitting here and having a mannerism of, okay, well, let me do something I want to do. Of course, the self of the human self wants to serve itself, the ego. Well, okay, that's fine. I'll do that later. But I want to just chill right now. I want to work on my project. I want to go create a video. I want a #selfie. I. See, being with the self and within the self, to know thyself, is not being selfish in the way that you believe it might be conservatively. It means to connect to the self source, the cell and soul of the self. That means to give all that we have to what has given to us, to be able to have an option to neglect it. But don't be so rushed to fill up and charge everything else in life that was created from the whole essence of what we are, to neglect the very thing that keeps us going. Neglect it. We want to say thank you for the blessings, but neglect you when everything else doesn't seem too clear. That doesn't make sense. People complain about free will. You get mad if someone was to tell you, hey, I created you, you're going to watch this, you're going to do this, you're going to do that, just like your parent recommending. You don't like it. Reprimanding, whatever. But if you could go out and say, oh, well, why did I get stuck with this, child support case? Why did I get stuck with this shoes or this? Nobody told you to go out there and play basketball for 17 hours. Nobody told you to go play hockey and whack yourself in the mouth. Nobody told you to go sleep with that lady or man. It's okay when you want free will for your decisions. You don't blame anybody when it's having fun. But when the bad things happen, we want to point fingers. See, the whole point is once we get connected to the self, the cell, the soul of the sun, of understanding the creator, the entities that make the alpha and all the energy of omega, there's nothing else that we can disconnect from Yahweh to Yeshua, to everything else. Everything comes with alignment, the business, the lifestyle, all that. You're like, well, Lex, why am I going back there? I don't want to just go recharge the soul and try to meditate or connect just to get those things to go back to my life that I'm trying to reap. No, your life is not organized because you're soulfully unsoulful. Your soul is not full. And you're trying to make these things happen without a full soul. At the end of the day, it's about recharging and reconnecting so you'll always be in a place of being with that. So you can get back to what is going on in your life and not what is the most important thing. Those aspects don't matter. Love, community, unity, compassion, truth, that's what matters. #soulful means, is your soul full? Is it full? Is it getting fulfilled? Is it getting nourished? Is it? And if you can't honestly think of that within a couple seconds beyond just materialism of what we know as humanity on this earth and this year and era, then obviously it's not. Because if you can't think of a single moment that brought you complete peace and clarity, or even getting to know yourself enough, there's a huge problem you need to define. So I don't want to drag that on to what we need to do, but we do need to do that. So #, is your soul full? Remember, there's always ways, journeys, pathways, and gateways to get there. And we're always here for you. If you want to sign up for anything you want to do, just talk 15, 20 minutes to Angela or I, mostly I. You can go to www.realdoubledosechannel.com and find that link right on the page. And I believe that's under my bio. And it's going to be the same way when you go to www.spiritandmindelevation.com. Now, when you go over to the premium catalog section, that's going to be just basically dinner and a movie type of wonderful elevational products. We're not here to grab the wallet and run. We're just here to expand. If you don't want to talk for 15, 20 minutes, I'm not going to solicit you on anything. I'm going to hear you and guide to the point of where you want to go, breach to the next level. And if it seems like something you want to do, I'm there for you. And if not, I'm still there for you. That's what it's all about. It took me years to do this, and it's here. So those out there who are already on board and doing what they do, I can't wait to see you at the master classes and beyond. If not, check out some of those wonderful things with getting yourself on the right track. There's basically rolling out, Angela and Tony are rolling out even more to whatever you can click on to definitely bring you to the journey you've been looking and waiting for if you want to go from that. And we're here, like I said before. So just remember to be the change, feel the passion, embrace the power of that beautiful spirit. We love you. You're amazing. And hashtag is your soul full is a deep question that I want all of us to keep. We'll be back with you very, very, very soon.